Talk about VIP service. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the vlog, welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to Accelerate Auto, where we were once before in the vlog, but that video is actually the one that got about 10,000 views in about an hour and a half, but then YouTube decided to cut it down from its 15-minute duration to 4 seconds. I have no idea why that happened, but it basically killed the entire video, which was kind of sad, but now we're back, which is great. So it's kind of like you just have to move on. And if you guys don't recall, in the last video, I had actually gotten pulled over at the end of the video. That's where we were talking about the lift kit on the 2020. Well, this was going to be the end of that video, and it's actually the same day that I filmed that same video, so it's the same day that I got pulled over, which is why I'm wearing the same outfit. If any of you caught on to that, that would have been kind of weird. But anyway, we are back, and what we were gonna do is we were going to get the new SRT tinted. It's something that we couldn't wait to do. And of course, our main man Brody here is the one to get the job done. So Brody's business is located right off of Route 501 in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, pretty much as you're headed right towards Lidditz. So definitely give him a buzz. I'm gonna put his Instagram down in the description below, and you can see he's already getting hard at work here. He has already even taken the necessary steps of pre-cutting all of the vinyl. But I do have to say thank you, brother, for getting me in a little bit later than I had anticipated.
Yeah, no, that's totally fine.
But the cop was really cool, which is awesome. And basically what had happened, just to summarize that experience really quick, is, well, I was very honest. And he really respected that and appreciated it. And in turn, pretty much let me fly for, well, the wheels that stuck out, the tint that was illegal, which was not done here, by the way. I'm just saying, disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer. And the fact that I didn't have an inspection. And what else? Was there something else? Oh, yeah, right. Apparently I didn't yield to like a green light where somebody was going to be coming the opposing direction, then I had to make a left turn. They weren't moving from the light though, so I kind of took the opportunity when it was presented to me because I'm an opportunist, but hey, stuff happens. So we are going to be basically getting the tint done on the SRT Grand Cherokee, and it's going to obviously be an essential mod. Now I know a lot of you guys are like, come on Jack, tint videos, really? Well, I'm sorry, but anybody that has a problem with it doesn't really realize how critical tint truly is. And those of you that are watching this video that do get why I'm filming it, well, you get it. Tint's a major mod. I don't care what anybody says. So without further ado, we're gonna get this process started.
Please give me a sign if you wanna come. Please give me a sign. I don't wanna front, I just wanna see you. Please give me a sign if you wanna come.
Brody, seriously, just take my money, dude. Thank you so much. Oh my God, guys, would you just look at this thing? It turned out absolutely incredible. I mean, come on, let's be honest. That's what happens when you guys go to the best. Seriously, Brody, thank you, man. Awesome job. Wanted to just seriously throw a huge shout out to this guy's work ethic because he's putting in the hours. If you guys didn't know, this man right here behind me, take a guess on his age real quick. You guessed? Mentally, physically, like in the comment sections below? This guy right here is 18 years old. I'm 28 years old. And now I'm getting to do what I love, but he's getting a jump start on it. And dude,
I appreciate it.
Big kudos to that kind of hustle, that kind of grit, and just putting in the time. Right now it is, what is it, dude? Like 10 o'clock. Yeah, it's 10 o'clock p.m. I hit him up earlier and just said, yo, I have a little bit of available time. Would you like to get together and try and knock this out? Because I'll be honest with you guys, I don't really plan all that well. I'm kind of like in the moment, like, oh yeah, all right, I got some time, let's do this. And he's like, dude, hell yeah, bring it on by. So we're all nice and ready to rock and roll. So let's just do a quick little overview here. SUVs from the factory can come with tint from these windows back, but not on the front windows. So we put 5% over the back windows, 5% here on the front, and then we've got a nice 5% brow. Real good and suitable like, and we're all ready to rock and roll. Guys, we got to do the nice privacy test real quick. Feels really good. This camera's awesome at low light, which makes the inside of that cab feel honestly way lighter than it actually is. So boom, kudos to the great equipment group, but seriously, turned out absolutely amazing. Now I feel like finally it actually looks proper. Now real quick, while he's over there processing my payment, I just wanted to let you guys know again that Accelerate Auto is right here in Lidditz, Pennsylvania in Lancaster County, right off Route 501. So my Lancaster locals, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. And while we were here, he made the nice gesture of offering any one of you that want to get work done here 15% off. Just come in and mention that you watch these videos and or enthusiast or whatever the case might be. And this man right here is going to catch you guys a small little concession as a token of your gratitude for watching this channel. Super freaking awesome. So guys, we got to head out. Make sure you hit him up on Instagram. And well, we're going to jump into the rest of the vlog right now. From one Mopar to another, but one consistent variable remains the same. That is, well, yeah, it's very, very wet outside. But welcome to another day, guys. We're headed on over to the shop right now. We've got a ton of stuff here loaded up in the single cab. And today's gonna be an awesome day where we do a modification that I've never done to any one of my trucks ever. Today we are gonna be putting a bed stack in 8-ball. Oh. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I said that right. Don't clean your ears out because you heard me correct. Not only are we getting the first ever set of compounds on this truck in the history of this channel, but also the first ever stack. Dang. Well, as you guys can see, it's absolutely pouring outside today, and to anybody that wrenches on their own stuff, you know that that can create a little bit of a wet mess because the vehicle is wet, obviously. Not to state the obvious or anything like that, but sometimes I feel like I have to. So the plan here is I have a meeting with some of my teammates for enthusiasts in about 20 minutes, but I want to grab Blackjack and take that to the meeting so that way we can throw the 5.9 inside and let some of the water drip off of it in the time being, so that way when I get back and we get started on this installation, it'll hopefully be just a little bit drier so I don't feel like I'm taking a bath while under the truck. A very dirty bath at that. And for my panel of procrastinators, this is your second to last video before Blackjack's giveaway is completely over. Careful jumping down, it's really high. It's crazy to think that almost an entire month has gone by at this point in time, but if you guys want to get entered for Blackjack plus $5,000 cash, your time is running out. This giveaway ends February 13th, which is this upcoming Thursday at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Out there today. The idea is to let this thing sit for a little while I'm at my meeting, so that way when I get back, it'll hopefully be a little bit drier, so that way we can start to dismantle the stock exhaust. And then of course, take our measurements, get our location, and start to get this stack installed. So I'll see you guys right after my meetings. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and there were some really good meetings. Now, I do want to let you guys know that the Winter Blues flannels are available for the last week of the giveaway. Limited product, though. Grab quantities while they last. It might be one of our last flannels that we ever do before we get back into the warmer months, which I am pretty excited about. So today, ladies and gentlemen, we're doing something that I never thought I'd honestly do. I've wanted to do for a while, but never thought I would honestly do. But we're doing it, which I'm stoked about. We are installing a 7-inch miter cut stack on good old 8-ball today. You guys have wanted to see a stack in compounds and where you're getting both in one package. And guys, if you're stoked, mash that thumbs up button because I'm pretty excited about this one myself. So this kit right here is exactly what we're looking at from our friends over at Far From Stock. Now they didn't sponsor this ad or anything like that, but they are a small business that's comprised of enthusiasts, and they're actually out of Lancaster, Ohio, and I'm out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. I known about these guys for a little bit of time on social media, and I thought it was a great opportunity to showcase one of their products. Small businesses supporting small businesses. And it's a pretty nice kit. So it comes with this miter cut stack, which is already a nice matte black flat powder coat. And it also comes with a nice 90-degree angle pipe, which is 5 inches because I believe the exhaust on this truck is already 5 inches. If we just jump right up here and look, you will see the nice 5-inch exhaust that we have right here. We've got an exhaust clamp here, and then we've got a clamp that will associate to the inside bottom portion of this stack. So if we tip this thing down real quick, you guys will see that there's actually a nut right here, and that has to do with basically securing the stack to the inner feed pipe that comes off of the exhaust. So pretty funny instructions, but they work. They have some typing stack directions, and then of course they have a hand-drawn diagram, which is actually very well done. I couldn't draw this myself. That tells you have your exhaust to your 90, you've got your clamp system here that will hold this exhaust to this stack, and then of course we have the clamp that goes right here. We're gonna have to drill a 1/4-inch hole on the bottom of this, right down in this general area, so that way it drains water, and ultimately we have to tap into the bed. Now this bed is not perfect by any means. You can actually see it's holding water in some of the serious dents that it's got in it. Plus, as you guys know, this thing is starting to rust through, so we might end up getting a new bed for this truck. So if I mess it up, I'm not gonna be all that upset about it. I'm just gonna be honest. But the plan is not to mess it up. Now I wanted to get this all put on before we start the motor mods later this week, and it's gonna look sick. I'm actually super excited about it. Now, I believe that there was actually already a stack on this truck. I can see some kind of like burning and kind of heat residue here, and there's actually like a plate that was like welded back in. Can't feel any specific bolts or anything, but that's definitely not factory right here. So, like I said, this truck has kind of a really interesting and gray past, but oh well, it is what it is. We always have like the center hole right here. We can just put our stack, something like that right in the middle. Change the game. What do you guys think? That'd be cool, right? Just to be different. Yeah, that way you can see all the way around it. Go right in the middle, nice symmetry. Balances out the load. Come on, you guys catch my drift. No, but in all reality, I'm super excited to get this thing started. I don't even want to talk any longer. We got a lot of work to do, so let's get the process started. First though, it looks like my dry technique worked. We're gonna back the truck up here, so that way we leave all the water up there and I have a semi-dry surface to, well, move around on here.
That's just the way we define it. Chase after mine, yeah. Give me my space, watch me in line. Part in the tone, yeah. That's just the way. Try not to drown with the sound, yeah. Catch on the way. Try not to drown, yeah.
Ha! Our good friend Sir Sawzall never disappoints. This exhaust is not in good shape. I got a little creative with this hammer to try and create some art. You guys can see. That is what we call oxidation and corrosion, my friends. That is long overdue for a replacement anyway. So luckily, I guess this is called a maintenance mod too. We'll go with what it is. These hangers were not coming off at all. You can see they're just about as good as scrap metal at this point in time. So that came off. And then, well, it was pretty obvious to see that there was a stack up there before, but we confirmed our beliefs by crawling up under this thing. Because as you can see, they took some sort of a heat torch and just molested this thing. Look at those cuts too. Oh my goodness. I don't even know if that's worth cleaning up because it's pretty rough, but what's nice about this is pretty much all the hard work was done. You can see where all the welding and all the heat scarring took place here. So we're gonna have to create an extension of the exhaust, meaning that we lost a significant amount of the piping all in one shot, in one foul swoop, which wasn't the worst thing in the world, but this is kind of cool. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work on basically cutting that pipe that's out there right now, out to this length, and then basically we're gonna have a nice piece that's gonna angle up. So we're gonna get back to work on that, take a few measurements, shouldn't be all that hard to do.
Be no help, that's all me. Could've went to jail or the army. Remember when they didn't wanna call me. Now I can't keep it, that's all me. Need no help, that's all me. Could've went to jail or the army. Remember when they didn't wanna call me. Should've seen a look when they saw me.
Guys, there was absolutely no way I could salvage this pre-existing exhaust piping. It is just ugly. And being that this thing had a stack on it before, I think they just tried to throw all this stuff together real quickly. So I did go out and grab a few different sizes of adapter pieces. That way we can kind of retrofit this all together. So we've got some 20-inch piping, we've got some 15-inch, we've got actually two of those, and then we've got a smaller piece here that's about a foot tall. And then of course we have our elbow. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and basically size up exactly what we need. We'll have to do a little bit of trimming to get our configuration and lengths correct. And then we can go ahead and tap our hole in the bed. All right, guys, so we've got some piping nice and lined up here. Kind of hard to see, obviously, because I'm sitting here laying on the ground. Ergonomic, questionable. But now we gotta tap our little hole. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a drill bit, and I'm basically gonna run right through the center of this plate. Being that that's kind of already pre-existing, I'm just gonna try and utilize some of, I don't know, the work that's been done. Call that work, I call it a mess. But we'll still try and kind of take advantage of, well, the guidance that we already kind of have involuntarily. All right, guys, so I just wanted to give you a quick look at what we're looking at here. You can see the small little hole all the way down in the bottom. And it is a little bit off center, but that does not matter for right now. And then basically I want to get this stack as close to the top of the bed rail as possible without it actually touching. So we have a small little gap in there, so that way there's no rubbing. And then we've got our one shoe here, and then our other shoe there, and then we'll have our forward mounting points here and here. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm actually gonna tap these holes so that way we know exactly where we're going to set pretty much these really heavy duty self-tappers that they provided with a very nice slanted tip. We're just gonna tap in with a small drill bit for the time being. If we need to widen it at all, we will. But I think what I'm gonna use is probably something around like a 1/4 inch bit, because that'll provide enough bite for these. I might even actually go a little bit smaller just for reassurance purposes, but I wanna tap those, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna get down inside the stack, we're gonna trace out where we need to cut. Being that this is a 7-inch stack, we're gonna have a little bit of room for flexibility so we don't have to cut 100% of it out to get that feed pipe up through the center. So, without further ado, boys, let's do this. All right, guys, now we've got our pilot holes tapped for the mounting points. We've got our center hole as kind of a general locator, and then we've got a nice 5.5-inch circle that's tapped. That should provide us sufficient clearance. We could go a little bit larger if we want, but we're gonna start here to see if that's not enough. Andy, say what's up to the vlog, dude.
What's up, man?
All right, guys, so we got Andy. He's hanging out here with us for a little while, and basically we are working on the finishing touches. So this is what we're looking at here, boys. I ended up actually adding a little bit more distance to what was our circle, now is our square. It doesn't really matter, and the only real reason that I decided to make it a square rather than a circle is purely because of the fact that, well, my grinding wheel ran out and I didn't have another cutting wheel. So it happens. So this is kind of what we're looking at, guys. Everything is nice and secured. I had to get some additional piping, but now we have that elbow basically put up into its spot, and now we're basically just working on the last and final securing point for the piping before we actually mount the stack in the bed. So this is what we've got, and again, this is right out of the whole kit from Far From Stock, and ultimately what this is a bracket, and then this goes around the exhaust down below, and then this will basically go around the exhaust, and it will hold all of the fixtures in place so that way things aren't kind of rattling around. That's our last step. I'm just working on securing this bracket nice and straight, and then we're gonna get this thing put in place and hopefully secured down with those big bolts right there. All right, guys, so we got everything lined up down there below. Now we're just gonna go ahead and put these big old self-tappers in. You guys can see they start like a nice little slanted tip and then they get gradually larger. I did tap a hole. It was recommended for like a 1/4 inch. I use 7/32. I don't really think it's gonna make that much of a big difference. So we won't tighten it all the way down quite yet. All right, guys, we're mounted up. Everything's looking good to go. Got most of the tools put away here. That's pretty clean too. Actually, not that bad, not that bad, but we've got one step left. 1/4 inch drill bit installed in Milwaukee. Temptation. We gotta jump underneath and drill one more hole. And that hole is right here at the bottom of the pipe for drainage purposes. We need some lube, boys. And that is just in case, well, when we catch rain, not if, when. All right, guys, we're installed. We're ready to rock and roll. Without further ado, let's start this thing up. I'm thinking it's probably gonna sound pretty sick because we're inside right now. It's gonna echo right here off of the ceiling. Let's do it. Oh, guys, this thing sounds so sick. Just for dramatic flair. And it's not even like tuned. This is completely stock, I think. I mean, it's really slow, so I think it's stock. Listen to the spool down. Oh my God, that is sick! How have I not had one of these my entire life? Alright guys, so we'll give you a few sound clips. We got Josh behind the camera from my bridge right now. You gotta hear what this thing sounds like. It sounds awesome. it's kind of safe to say that it sounds way cooler than it actually looks moving because it's so stock right now. All right, guys, and we're back at the house now. It's a little bit later. I took my wife out to dinner. It was super nice if you were wondering. Thank you so much for asking. But honestly, guys, look at this Mopar Nation driveway right now. Geez, what are we turning into here? We got the new family wagon making 500 horsepower. We've got it completely tinted, which looks absolutely outstanding. Again, Brody, thank you so much, dude. You do phenomenal work. We've got the stack installed and well, not about to start it up because it is a little bit later tonight, but this thing looks so sick. I'm absolutely in love with it. And you know, I never really thought I was gonna be like a stack aficionado, but I gotta say, I'm pretty excited. So we got a lot of stuff coming up for 8-Ball. We are gonna be getting the 2016 Denali back here very soon, and we actually have some modifications that just came in for the 2020, and we will be getting another project truck very soon, and I have a huge announcement coming up in March. Actually 2 big announcements coming up in March. I've been working on some projects on the side that I'm very excited about introducing to all of you guys. Some things are set up that I wanna show you right now, but I can't yet. So bear with me, trust me, it's gonna be awesome. So if any of that stuff that I just reviewed with you guys sounds amazing, hit that subscribe button. It was great having you all here. Again, this is one of your last reminders to get entered for Blackjack. Here is the Winter Blues flannel. I wore it out to dinner tonight, and you know, what can I say? I really like the flannels. I mean, I think I speak for a lot of us here when I say that. So I likely all of you guys do what you do best. Tap that subscribe button on your way out, and I'll see you all in the next upload.
Came through dripping Aquafina, I'm sipping 15, kept a weapon on me. Flow make bitches, I'm on my business, stack chicken like what it's gon' be. Crew in the cut, hey, you want us, red run when I tell a bit peace. Love is love.